Good intentions, good intentions, good intentions. The power of word, the power of word. And the power word today is going to be chaos. Chaos. Yes, chaos. CHAOS. This video is for my scholars. This video is for my people in authority. This video is for my pastors. This video is for my preachers. This video is for my government officials. This video is for the children who want to understand. This is for the parents who want to teach. These are the people who have questions. This is for every religion, nationality. This video is just a lot of questions that I have within myself. This is not about being woke. This is not about being led. This is not about being any of those weird terms that people would like to use when you come to an epiphany. But I'm at a chaotic point in my life, and I decided that I wanted to understand what type of life I was in and what to prepare for. So chaos, let's get into it. Power word. Chaos. CHAOS. The English definition of chaos. There's two definitions. The first definition of chaos is a behavior so unpredictable as to appear random, owing to great sensitivity to small changes in conditions. Read that again. Behavior so unpredictable as to appear random, owing to great sensitivity to small changes in conditions. That's the first definition of chaos. The second definition of chaos is the formless matter to existed before the creation of the universe. Read that second definition again. The formless matter to existed before the creation of the universe. Everybody know that there was a being, there was something that was great. Whatever you want to call it, you can call it God, you can call it Jehovah, you can call it whatever you want to call it, Mother Nature. But there was something that created everything and the foundation of everything. And we find most of this information in the Bible, or we find it also in the Quran, or we find it in whatever book or whatever story that you want to believe that created evolution, whatever you want to do. But there was something that created the heaven and the earth, right? But before the heaven and the earth was created, there was chaos. What is chaos? Chaos, I looked it up to find different terms for the word chaos. I found Hebrew word that was close to chaos. It's tuhu. Tuhu means formless. Because if anybody would know, chaos has no form. It's formless. And there is a word also, boohoo. Boohoo is B-O-H-U. Tuhu is T-O-H-U. That's formless. Boohoo is B-O-H-U, and it means void. I also looked it up in Latin. Latin is vascas. Vascamas. It's V-A-S-C-H-A-S-M, and it also means formless. So chaos is formless, right? Genesis 2 and 6. But before we read Genesis 2 and 6, I'm not going to read it. I'm just giving it as an address to my scholars, right? Genesis 2 and 5, God had created everything. And after he created everything, he had not caused it to rain. But Genesis 2 and 6 said, but there went up a mist that watered the whole earth. This mist was tahu, right? It was formless. It was chaos. Don't seem like chaos was bad. Okay, let's keep going. Genesis 4 and 8. Cannot slew Abel. Cannot slew Abel. Because cannot was not able, right? But yet in Genesis 4 and 17, Cannot knew his wife. Cannot was kicked out of the garden. Cannot was kicked out of paradise. Why the Cannot was kicked out of the paradise? My question is why? And my guess is that, I mean, help me scholars, because I've asked this question and nobody have answered it for me, that he wasn't comfortable with the rules and the laws and the regulations of the Creator. He wanted to create his own. And because he chose to create his own, chaos guided him and assisted him in his journey. So Genesis 4:17 cannot knew his wife. So if Adam and Eve was the first two people that were created in the garden, and there were no other people, Cain took a wife. So he took something. I feel like Adam and Eve were in the kingdom of God, and then there were the other ones. God was making his righteousness, and he was setting his example. But yet still, chaos found its way into a paradise, right? Who is God and who is the creator? And what is God and what is the creator? That's not my question. That's a question for my scholars. I'm asking, who is God and what is God? The creator, right? Because right now I'm on chaos because I'm in chaos, right? And it's the formless matter that existed before the creation of the universe. So right now I'm not being led by God. I'm actually being led by chaos. I'm actually being led by something formless, right? Because that's where I'm at. That's the state that I'm at right now. And I know what you're thinking. Well, we know what God is. God is structure, God is law, and God is principle. But chaos is nature. Chaos is natural. Chaos is a hurricane. Chaos is a tornado. And you would think that a tornado or a hurricane would be something bad or wicked. But if a tornado came and it destroyed something that said that it was built on a foundation of truth, but yet it got destroyed, was it really truth on the foundation that it was standing on? I don't know. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, well, you a foolish man, right? You don't have any wisdom. You don't have an understanding. You don't know what you're saying. Well, 1 Corinthians tell me 1:27, but God had chosen the foolish things out of the world to confine the wise, and had chosen the weak things out of the world to confine that which are mighty. I'm not mighty, and I might sound like a fool, but ain't no fool up in me. I understand that chaos is something that we need. Chaos, when it comes, you got to embrace it. We've been taught that chaos was chaotic. It was destruction. It was something that was going to cause confusion. Absolutely is going to cause confusion. Because if you are following a plan and you are following a cycle and you are in a loop, it is time to break that loop and break that cycle. And the only way you're going to be able to break that loop and to break that cycle is with chaos. So let me know. I want to know what you think about chaos. I want you to talk to your pastors, talk to your bishops, talk to your government officials, talk to your teachers, talk to your scholars. Ask them about chaos. And then I want you to talk to yourself and ask yourself if there are any truth to what he's saying. And if it is, show me. Stay up, because we can't continue to fall.